This WNBA season, one of the most contentious issues has been Team USA's decision to leave Caitlin Clark of the Indiana Fever off their Olympic team, and Cheryl Reeve has only just now realized what she has done. Clark even made Team USA's head coach, Cheryl Reeve, regret her decision during the regular season by guiding her team to a victory over Reeve's Minnesota Lynx, while Reeve continues to believe she made the right decision. The Paris Olympics will begin in less than a week after the team was announced earlier this year. The outrage surrounding Clark's absence has grown as she has improved her skills in the WNBA, solidifying herself as the likely winner of the Rookie of the Year title, despite opposition from Angel Reese. But when Clark had another opportunity to establish her value in the WNBA All-Star Game, and she took advantage of it, wonderfully delivering a performance for the ages that is becoming more typical in the WNBA regular season, Reeve has even more backlash to face. Caitlin played great in her 26 minutes and established the rookie record for most assists in a WNBA All-Star Game and made a statement with an incredible pass to Aaliyah Boston as Reeve was being interviewed for the event's live broadcast. This could not have been a better time for Clark. She not only made a beautiful throw to her Fever teammate, but she also drew Reeve's attention, halting her in her tracks during an interview on the sideline. Despite earlier declaring that she did not second-guess Clark's position on the Olympic squad, this performance may cause Reeve to reconsider her choice, but a change is unlikely at this stage. In my opinion, she should have taken Clark to the Olympics. Not only could she see Clark up close once again with the league's best, but the head coach of Team USA's women's basketball team has faced both mocking and criticism in the aftermath of her team's loss against Team WNBA. Against the odds, Team WNBA defeated the Olympic squad on Saturday night, with a lineup that included players who were not picked to represent their country in Paris this summer. Reeve's decision to exclude WNBA standout Caitlin Clark from the Olympic squad has sparked outrage in recent weeks, and supporters of the Indiana Fever player were quick to point out the irony that the same woman has returned to haunt Squad USA's head coach. Cheryl Reeve getting her ass kicked by Clark and the other Olympic snubs is art, posted one social media user following the game. Cheryl Reeve so pissed Caitlin Clark is the best point guard in this game, another mentioned. Clark even came close to shattering the All-Star assist record. She ended with 10 dimes. Sue Bird established the record of 11 in 2017. While the Indiana Fever rookie did not have the finest offensive performance, going 2 of 9 from the field, it was a memorable game for her. Many criticized Reeve for losing to the players who were passed over by Team USA. For those who are unaware, numerous people campaigned for Clark to join Team USA before the organization made its final choice. Cheryl Reeve versus Caitlin Clark 0-2, a commenter said, referencing to Team USA's loss and the Minnesota Lynx's recent setback to Clark and the Fever. Cheryl Reeve taking another L to Caitlin Clark and the gang. Another commenter agreed, writing, Cheryl Reeve gotta be sick of Caitlin Clark, man. While it's simply an exhibition game, and Team USA shouldn't be too concerned about losing to similarly great players, but it's certainly not a good look for head coach Cheryl Reeve and the USA Basketball Selection Committee. Though Clark will not acknowledge it, it is only natural for her to feel a sense of accomplishment on Saturday night after helping lead Team WNBA to an amazing victory over Team USA. Clark scored 4 points on 2 of 9 shooting in the WNBA All-Star Game, but she established a rookie record for most assists. She tossed 10 dimes in 26 minutes of play. Following the game, Reeve gave a brutally honest appraisal of her team's performance. "We didn't come out and really compete to say we have a certain identity we're trying to play to," Reeve told ESPN's Alexa Philippou. "I've got to figure that out. I've got to help them get there." Unsurprisingly, Reeve declined to blame any of her players following the sad loss. Instead, she blamed herself for failing to assist her team identify its identity. After this eye-opening setback, Reeve and her coaching staff must start from nothing. Team USA will need to shape up quickly if it wants to return from the Olympics with gold medals. In the end, Clark won, but at what cost? She won't be on the plane after all, and maybe even due to all the online comments and questions from the reporters, Cheryl Reeve might have a grudge against her. One thing is sure, when it mattered most, Clark exposed Reeve as a fraud. Caitlin would have been an important piece of the puzzle in the Olympics squad and would have surely been the playmaker of the tournament. Unfortunately, we've been robbed of the opportunity of seeing her play in the Olympics. What's your thoughts on all this? Has Caitlin Clark exposed Cheryl Reeve here? Should she have taken her with her after all? And what does this mean for Clark's future in Team USA whilst Reeve is the coach? By the way, if you want to avoid being a fraud yourself, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So dunk that sub button right now to stay up to date with the WNBA on a daily basis. One thing is certain, this year, all eyes are set on the WNBA, and it's all due to Caitlin Clark's impressive performances, game in, game out. Midway through the WNBA season, the league has already drawn more than a dozen audiences exceeding 1 million, a milestone not reached since 2008. The impressive spike in viewing is partly due to the entrance of rookie Caitlin Clark, whose popularity has catapulted the Indiana Fever's games to the top of the ratings table. Clark, a former Iowa standout, has had an influence on the WNBA season, as she and the Fever have been in each of the top 10 highest-rated games. However, not only has the quantity of viewers changed, but so have the demographics of the audience. According to Nielsen statistics, every demographic group has seen at least a double-digit rise, with the largest growth among young viewers, male viewers, and white viewers. This rise is not primarily attributed to Clark's presence. The WNBA has also enhanced its television coverage, with more national broadcasts and consistent game schedules on platforms including as Prime and Ion, making games simpler to locate and follow. While many sports struggle to retain youthful fans, the WNBA has seen its popularity rise. On ESPN networks, females aged 2-17 have increased their viewing by 181%, while viewers aged 18-34 are surpassing the league's overall growth by 54 percentage points. Doshia Woods, the University of Denver women's basketball coach, has witnessed this shift personally. Previously, her players frequently mentioned NBA stars as their favorites. They now name WNBA players such as A'ja Wilson and Nneka Ogwumike. The move follows a wider trend in which the WNBA's audience is getting more diverse and younger, thanks in part to the high viewing of the NCAA women's basketball tournament, which saw many people tune in to follow talents like Clark, Angel Reese, and Cameron Brink to the WNBA. The transition from college to professional basketball has significantly increased the WNBA's white viewership. Non-Hispanic white viewing has increased by 156% year-on-year on Ion and 301% on ESPN networks. The NCAA women's tournament audience on ESPN was around 71% white, compared to 55% for WNBA games. However, Black viewers continue to follow the WNBA in larger numbers than their total percentage of the U.S. population, accounting for 34% of ESPN's WNBA audience and 45% of ION's. Furthermore, male viewers, who account for a sizable share of the WNBA's rising fan base, have grown dramatically. On ESPN networks, men now account for 60% of WNBA viewers, up from prior years. Similarly, on CBS, male viewers aged 18 and older now account for 54% of WNBA watching, up from 48%. A great illustration of the increasing attention is the June 16th game between the Fever and the Chicago Sky, which featured a rematch of Clark and Reese from the 2023 NCAA Championship game. The game received 2.25 million people on CBS, the season's second-largest audience, eclipsed only by the same rematch on ESPN a week later, which drew 2.3 million viewers. How crazy is that? Just another example of Clark's brilliance. I mean, all 10 most-watched games involved her Fever. What's your thoughts on that? Have you been watching more WNBA this year? I certainly have. And what has been your favorite moments of the season so far? Mine has to be Caitlin's assist record. Let me know yours in the comments down below.